Tonight we're going to do a little bit of a parts list on the Timesaver, kind of talk about why I chose what I chose. I started putting some stuff together, the shelf brackets, some cork. I need to update the track list. The track list is different. These Walthers track bumpers you haven't seen yet, but I'll talk about the intention with those in a little bit. And yeah, we got some stuff here. Let's I guess we might as well just jump right into it, right? So first thing we'll do is we'll open up AnyRail. This is the track plan in AnyRail, and I did update this. These are all 19-inch radius curves. I have two actual like curves, two radius curves. There's one here and one here. The reason I chose the 19-inch radius curves is because the number 4 turnouts, 4 to get back to parallel, is 19, and it's the widest Atlas turnouts. I didn't go with FlexTrack just because I had all of this stuff, and it was just easy enough for me to just do it. These little things in here are the magnet locations. So we can go to Info, look at List of Materials, and then right here, I'm going to copy this out, and this basically tells me exactly what all my track is. So we got that done. That was pretty easy. So I went with, it's a 4-foot. Let's change this to 48-inch because that looks more impressive. The 48-inch by 10-inch shelf. It's just a Rubbermaid shelf that I got at Home Depot right off the rack. I have 3 shelf brackets supporting it. And the same cork that I've got on the track in the back, I put on that. I like the cork. It just enables me to stick, pins in it. It just makes life easy. So we've got the uncoupling magnets, which I showed you. I guess that's on the drawing, so we'll put that up there. I used a lot of power feeds for this project. The track all comes with rail joiners, so when you buy the pack of straight track, it comes with the rail joiners. They're in the pack. So one thing I haven't really talked about yet is Walthers makes these little yellow bumpers, and the reason I got them is if I decide I want to make the Timesaver more difficult, I can put the track bumpers in to shorten up the track. Like for example, if we go back to the design, if we look at this, we can fit, let's say, 2 cars here, right? Two boxcars and a locomotive can fit here. But if I want to make it a little harder, and I only want to allow a spot for 1 boxcar, I can add the bumper in, and it'll make it a little bit more difficult. We've got these power feed joiners. I could have just soldered up my own. I had some, so I think I bought like 1 more pack, and I just put in a lot of power feeds. I figure it'll make it easier if I ever want to change stuff. These little woodland scenic guys, these are these little woodland scenic guys right here. And what these guys are doing is they're marking the center line of the magnets. So I do have the dwarf signals on the top of the layout as well, and those were little eBay dwarf signals. We'll say turnout identification, maybe. Yeah. So the little people is this woodland scenic set of train mechanics, and then the dwarf signals are the red and green LED turnout identifications, and you can see those. Right now they're all green, I think. Yeah, they're all green right now, so you can see them all, and that's also reflected in the panel at the bottom. So let's get into control. So the main control, so we've got a DigiKeys DR5000 command station. That is running into a DCC Concepts alpha meter. I like knowing what voltage I'm pushing in to the layout. I like knowing if I'm drawing too much amperage. We also have a Digitrax UR93. And the reason why I have the Digitrax UR93 is because I have, and you can see it in the right corner over here. This is a Digitrax throttle, the UT6D. The DR5000 has a LocoNet bus on it, so we've got that. We got the the UR93. We've got a UT6D. I also have a UP5 universal panel, not utility. So UP5 universal panel, and the universal panel is on the front of it, as well as 1, 2, 11, 12. A red momentary push button. We have green momentary push buttons, and these are to control the smells. The reason I went with smells, honestly, is because the tortoises were not in stock. I'm being reminded that I do have a DCC Specialties PSX-1. It's a digital circuit breaker. The power supply that is powering the LEDs on the dwarf signals, right? So when you hook the dwarf signals up to the Circuitron switch motors, the SPDT switches do not get power from the switch motor. So you have to feed the power in separately. So one of the things that I have on here is just a 9-volt power supply. This power supply is providing power for these dwarf signals, as well as for the lights on the background stuff. So that 9 volts is feeding a couple of those things. So I do have, before we get into the computer and stuff, let's talk about the lighting. I've got some LED lighting, which is the GoV stuff, and then I also have cool white LED strips. The bright white light that you see right now are these torch star lights. What do we want to call this? JMRI, and might as well go with that title. So what I am running JMRI on is a, what is it? It's a 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's the only thing that's on that computer is the things that are related to what is happening with the Timesaver. The camera that's connected to it is a GoPro Hero 9. And the reason why I'm using the GoPro Hero 9 is, I think it's called Super View or something. It's the really wide angle view on a GoPro Hero 9. The other thing that I am going to do is I will be making videos of like how to operate it, how to log in, how to operate it, how to control the throttle, how to control stuff. When I stream it to YouTube, there is a delay on YouTube, but for the operator, for the person that's logged in as the operator, they have what's called a peer-to-peer connection, a direct connection to that computer for the throttle, for the turnouts, and for the video. So it's a direct feed. It's as low latency as I could get it. The locomotive is a BLI, which stands for Broadway Limited Imports. It's an SW7 Great Northern 163. And the BLI number is 3936. The box cars they're 15 Great Northern Circus box cars, 40-foot box cars. These are an older generation of Microtrains box cars. They are, Microtrains used to be, all their part numbers were 5 digits. Now their part numbers are all 8 digits. It's 1 locomotive and 15 Great Northern Circus box cars. The reason I got the circus box cars is, one, because they're called circus box cars. But the reason they're called circus box cars is that they painted them all different colors. And when you're doing a switching puzzle, the easiest way to identify the box cars in the switching puzzle is by color. So if you look at all the cars that are up there now, you can see they're all pretty identifiable by color.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.